like someone out in the world's watching you or whatever. As soon as you get this done, so every single workout, you're going to need to have a sheet. All the scorecards will be here. It needs to be filled out. Athlete name, all that sort of stuff. And also the tear-off section, fill that out. So you need to put a judge's name if they're certified. If not, just put your faction captain or my name down, okay, when it asks for your registered judge. But all your details need to be done. So at the end, like just on that ledge, just near where the protein bars are and stuff, there's already one there. So you just put it down, take the tear-off slip on your phone, or as soon as you get home, just put your score in and log it straight away. Because yeah, it always happens heaps of the time. People forget to put their score in, and then once it's 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning, you won't be able to put it in. So just try and do that straight away so you don't miss out. For the people that, like, the sort of people who might know who you are, like, if you are potentially going to get a top 2 score for the gym, you need to be recording all your workouts on a phone. So try to use the WOD-proof app. You'll need to set it up with a 5-second countdown. Make sure space is on your phone, and put your phone on flight mode too. So if you've got questions on how to record it, it doesn't need to be, just have it so you can see everything that's going on within the workout. It can be zoomed out a bit, but if there's those people should know who they are. But yeah, if you need help setting that up, come and see me after this, okay? But you need to record all of your workouts down. All right, I think that's sort of the logistics out of the way. So today's workout, I suppose, you can see it on the scorecard. This is like pretty much the format. So we've got wall walks, 1, then double unders 10, 3, 30, 6, 60. Yeah? Yellow is your favourite? Yellow is your favourite. Thank God Kat's not here. Alright, so Duncan shorts. So yeah, you've got sort of that rep range running up. So a couple of things in terms of, like, we do, double unders. If you don't have them at all, there is a single skip and wall walk option. We'll cover that too. But the open is a really good time. Like, you get every single day where you can potentially modify the workout if needed. But double unders, even if you can get 1 or 2, it's a great time just to have a crack and get a few out. 1 rep, on this workout is gonna, not that it really matters, but will count further than a modified option towards, your team score. But, in the end, do the best option that's for you. Chat to your faction captain about being safe and sort of doing the right thing. But yeah, even if you can get 1 at a time, or, work at getting your first double under, the open's sort of a good time for that. But yeah, pretty simple. There's a 15-minute time cap on this. Easiest way is probably look on your scorecard. Couple of things like you want to do is, like, when you go out there with your scorer, like the judge. So we've got our judges for each heat. Hopefully we've checked that out. But just have a quick, like, this week is a pretty simple one, but it's more so for other weeks where there's like a squat or something complicated. It's always good just to go with your judge. Hey, is this cool? Yep, that works. This is a rep, and then just maybe ask. Like, you might say, hey, for double unders, can you just call out every 10th rep? Or, can you just, every time I do a rep, can you call it out loud? Or something, just so each of you are on the same page. Other thing you'll need to do today if you're a judge, grab a clipboard and a pen. But after each set of double unders, it'll ask for a tie break time. So just look on the clock. If it says 50 seconds, just write down 50 seconds on each one as we go, okay? So just have a little peek at the scorecard. I'll be walking around. Come and see me before the heat starts if you've got any questions. So before we start going into the actual workout and the standards and maybe some sort of things we can do, does anyone have any questions on that or anything else? Cool, all right. So we'll go over and we'll cover these wall walks to begin with. All right, so come over this way. So we've got a couple of, like, it doesn't really matter. We can get some people over there, we can get a few, we can fit 3 people over here. Just try to have your, like, you know, wherever your station is, just have your rope just somewhere out in front. Like, try not to like step over or sort of cross over or whatever. Just lay it out nicely, okay? So, first thing we may as well do is, who's someone here that's going to be in the first heat? Cool. All right, Guy, let's measure you up. If you're happy to go over here. All right, so I can tape up for most people. If you want to like flatten your stomach. The other way around. So feet up against the wall. Yep, and then all you do is just get some tape. And this is going to go.
Hands on by your side, Guy.
And just lift your head up for me, thanks. There we go, just in front of your shoulders. Cool, so that goes just in front of your shoulders. All right, so that's all good, mate. You can hop it up, that's fine. So that's going to be Guy's standard. So what we're looking for here with this wall walk is your hands must start on the line. 3, 2, 1, go. So we begin the movement by, you know, you can do whatever you want, but both feet must be on the wall before you start moving. So I can't leave that line until both my feet are up on the wall. Okay, so you need to get up first. So when you're judging, if one person like sort of moves one hand and one of the feet is still on the ground, you've got to get them to come back down and start again, okay? So then we walk up the wall. All we have to do is get our hands to touch this line. You don't need to get to a certain amount near the wall, just want both hands touching, and then both hands need to touch the line before your feet come back down, okay? So don't bring your feet down once again before both feet are on the line. Then we lay down, and then we go again, okay? So does anyone have any questions on that first little bit?
It's going to sound really silly, but you have to lay down between every single rep. Like you have to chest has to touch the ground. Is that the?
Yep, just chest and thighs.
Chest and thighs.
Chest and thighs down every single time.
And once your hands get to the front, there's no saying on how you can dismount. You can, like once your hands get to the line,
you can flop.
You can
So,
literally flop yourself.
Yeah, so that, you know, if you're able to control it, once your hands are on that line, you know, just drop down, flop down, that's fine. Just get down as quick as you're able to.
Wait. So the hands got to touch before the legs touch, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit confusing, and in the warm up, like I actually forgot to go. I've got a warm up written down on the small little whiteboard. I'll do that every single week. But there's a warm up written down. You know, there's a bit of stretching, there's a bit of warm up stuff or whatever. Just go through that. Odd chink.
One of the ladies go chasing.
So, yeah, actually, you know, that's a good little thing to run through. You get some mobility. We sort of like warm up the body, sort of warm up and get ready to go. So, yeah, if you can follow that, that'll set you up well. So try to hit that. But sorry, I just lost my train of thought. What was the question again?
Your hands need to be on the line.
The feet, the legs,
When you're coming down, your hands need to be on the line before your feet hit the floor.
Oh, yeah. So practice this movement a few times. Like there's a few spaces that we probably won't be using on the wall over there because it is quite strange. Like just practice the sequencing. Once you do 2 or 3, it doesn't feel too bad, but it's not really something that we ever do for time or for intensity. And we don't have this sort of weird standard like that, you know, there needs to be, it's fine, but you just got to get used to it. So if you watch the announcement or how we generally do wall walks, it's very like tight and in a nice position. But I wouldn't recommend doing that for today. If you watch the announcement today, you know, they're sort of pressed up and they kept in this very straight position all the way. That's not the easiest way to do this one. So what we sort of played around with and found was easy, still starting from the same position, but then sort of it did like a knee push up and then almost into like a child pose. Get your weight back. You can step 1 foot high, and then you're effectively only moving like half your body weight. This is a bit long for me, and then we can sort of go back down.
Not sure you hit that 10-inch line.
Any part.
Okay.
That can be any part of your hand as well.
All right, okay. I'll do it again. Don't count that rep. So either way, like you don't need to keep straight. So I'd play around with like find what's best for you, but I think a definite better version is going to be to push back, your hips back. But I found by far the easiest was to sort of get your hips back. Obviously you're still on that line. Then you can sort of drive your legs up and go from there. So have a play around with that and find out what's sort of best for you. But generally we do this so your chest or your nose have to touch, but we don't have to do that. It's just a matter of getting some part of your hands
On the line.
on the line. So is anyone looking at doing the scaled option for this workout? Cool. Okay, so your standard is going to be the same, except what we're doing for this, well, similar. Your hands start past the line, and then your hands just need to get over the line. So you start from behind, you get over, and then you get back again. So that's your wall walk standard. And then the other is, instead of a double under, it's single skip. So it's the same workout, except just that slight modification. I think I've showed it to Amp, and the teens is the exact same as prescribed in this one. So are there any other questions in terms of wall walk? It is a bit strange, obviously never been done before. All right, so with double under, pretty simple. We do them every week, do them quite often, but obviously they do take a bit of practice, but rope passes twice under the feet. If you're not the best at counting double unders or you sort of haven't done it, best thing to do is just watch their feet. Every time their feet land, that's a rep, as long as the next one, the rope goes underneath twice, okay? So in terms of strategy, sort of for this, like if you're not super efficient on double unders, I'd probably try to break them quite often. Just don't start missing reps or burn out your shoulders, because the wall walks are tough. So you want to sort of do maybe some smaller sets on your doubles, stay in control of this, because if you hold on for those bigger sets, that's generally where people lose their shape or use their arms a lot and sort of really burn out their shoulders. So stay relaxed, use your wrists, get a smaller set, break, and then go again. And then your wall walks, you're going to sort of just keep grinding your way through. But look, I think for the people who are quite strong on both the two movements, you just got to sort of keep hanging on, just keep on moving. I think have a few little breaks on the doubles, but you've just got to get back to that wall, because you're going to be down there shaking out and sort of going again, and that's just going to take a bit of time. So, yeah, do we have any questions on anything else on this workout, team? No? All right, so we're going to look to start, now it's 6 o'clock, we're going to try to start a quarter past. That gives 15 minutes, heaps of time to sort of get through that warm up if you want. So people in that first heat, start warming up. You can come and find a station and I'll measure you up. If you're judging heat one as well,